So today you're going to be making another craft video with me. Today we're going to be making this little dog keychain. This one's not on a keychain, but I'm going to show you how we can add the keychain on so you can bring it everywhere with you. So let's get started. In order to make this dog keychain or dog bead, you're going to be needing this baggie that I already made for my 4th grade class. If you don't have this bag, all you need is 35 of white, 14 of the browns, and 3 of the blacks. If you are using the bags, I put in extras in here so in case you lose it. If you don't have the bag or these colored beads, feel free to be creative. Maybe you want to make a pink puppy. Maybe you want to make a blue puppy. It's up to you. Your first step is to take everything out of the bags or set aside some materials. So I have a piece of string that's about 3 feet long, a little longer, maybe 4 feet long. I also have my keychain ring and my beads. Again, I'm going to be really careful with my beads. And you need 3 of the black beads. Preferably you should take 3 of the black. You should have 3 black for the eyes and the nose instead of another color, but again, it's your keychain. You could be creative the way you want. So I'm going to start off with my string. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the 2 ends together, right like this, and then I'm going to grab it by the other side so that there's a loop like this. What I'm going to do now with my keychain ring, I'm going to put the loop in, like I'm going to put the keychain on top so it looks like this. And I'm going to take these 2 parts, the 2 ends, and I'm going to put it in. So right now it's like looped. It's looped on the keychain. I'm going to pull the 2 ends together and then loop it like this. So if you're having trouble with this, you can just tie it on. And I'm gonna tighten it. I'm just gonna stretch it out like this. I'm pulling really hard so that it forms a nice little knot. And something that I might do that's a little bit easier is put tape on my ring so that my strings aren't moving everywhere. You can use clear tape or you can use masking tape. I'm just gonna tape it on. Again, you don't have to do this step, but I'm just doing it so it's easier to even show you guys. So now I have 2 strings. I didn't do anything to the ends. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rows of beads. About. So if you look at my first row, I start off with 1, 2, 3 whites and 1 brown. So I'm going to grab 3 whites and 1 brown, and I'm going to put it in one side, one end of my string. So 3 whites, I'm putting it in, and 1 brown. And I'm just going to bring it all the way to the end like this. Again, putting my 3 whites first and 1 brown. If you did it the other way, it's still gonna work. It's just that your brown spot here is gonna be here. So now I have this, but to have it go horizontal, I'm gonna take my other string with no beads on it and actually put it through the beads again. So I know that sounds confusing. I'm gonna take the string with the beads, just put it down. I'm gonna take the string without the beads, and I'm gonna take the end and pull it through the other beads. So if my string with the beads is going this way to the right, my end with the other string is gonna go that way to the left. So again, bead, string to the right, no bead string to the left. So I'm gonna take it and put it in these beads. So now these beads are gonna have 2 strings in them. So when I pull it through, it looks like this. Again, I'm just gonna pull it through like this. So here's my first row. It doesn't have to be perfect at the beginning, because as we go on, we're gonna tighten it up and it'll look like this dog. So now I'm gonna work on my second row of ears. It starts with the ears. So now I have 1, 2, 3 beads and a fourth one here. But this one's a little bit tricky, where I'm gonna put 3 beads in first. 1, 2, 3 brown beads. I'm gonna pull it in. Now I'm gonna take another brown bead and I'm just holding that one bead, because what I want to do with that same exact string that I put the beads in, I'm not gonna put it through again, this one bead, but I'm gonna put this string through the other 3 beads. So again, let me say that I have 3 beads here and I have 1 here that I'm holding. They're all on the string. I'm not gonna put it through this first bead. I'm gonna put this string through the other beads. So here's my beads. Put it through 1 bead, put it through the second bead, and now I'm putting it through the 3rd bead. And I'm just gonna pull this string out, and you guys might say, oh, it turned like this. If you just pull on the bead and the string at the same time, it's gonna just slide up. So here's 1 ear. So now we're gonna do the other ear. So again, same step. I'm only gonna take 3 beads first. 1, 2, 3, and I'm gonna pull it through all the way to the end. My 4th bead, I'm just gonna hold it so that I know that I'm not gonna loop it through again. So I'm gonna hold it, not this. I'm gonna loop it through the other 3 back in the opposite way. So 1, 2, 3. Now it's sticking out like this. I'm just gonna pull on it and tighten it up. And when you pull on it, it looks like this. And you're gonna say, what about this part here? If you hold on to the beads here and the string and just pull, it's gonna bring you to the edge of the piece. So now I have my first row, my ears and the top of the head. Now when I look at my second row, I have white, black, white, black, brown. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna take my white bead and put it through black, and then I'm gonna put another white bead in and another black bead in, and then my last brown bead. So again, the pattern is white, black, brown. And I'm gonna pull it through like this to the top, and you can just imagine when you bring the string to the side, it's coming along. But now again, just like I did with my top piece, I'm gonna take the string with no beads that I put in, and I'm gonna pull the string through the opposite end again. So again, reviewing, this string with the beads, it's to my right, this way. So now the string with no beads, I wanna pull that way to my left. So I'm gonna just hold on to this if you want and pull it through. So it's like this. I'm gonna just push it in through. So make sure the second string goes in through all the beads so that when you pull it like this outwards, it comes to the middle. So here's our second row. Now when I go back to here, my third row, I have white, white, black, white, white. So I'm gonna take the same exact beads, white, white, black, white, white. My pattern is white, white, black, white, white. So again, I'm just gonna pull it through, and maybe it's easier if you don't pull it all the way to the top. Leave a little bit of room so that you can take the string with no beads and just push it through the opposite way. If it doesn't go in all the way, you can just do one at a time. Like one goes in, here's another one, a third one, my second to last one, and then my last. And so I'm gonna take the 2 strings and just pull it aside. So you can tell already the face is coming along. So now my 4th row, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 whites. So I'm gonna put in 4 white beads. 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, I'm putting on the same string. And the process of what you're doing is the same. I put it on one string. I'm gonna take this string with no beads and put it through, again, the opposite way. So this, the end of the string is going to the right. Take this and pull it the other way. So now it's in. Again, I'm gonna pull the 2 ends. Don't pull the ones without the ends like this. Make sure you find the ends of the strings and then pull it away from each other so that you don't make any mistakes. And now my 5th row, I'm gonna count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but I actually have a brown bead in the middle. So I'm gonna take 2 whites, 1, 2, and then a brown bead, and 2 white beads again. So this step is white, white, brown, white, white. I'm gonna pull it through. And again, same as before, I'm gonna take the string without the bead and just re-loop these beads. The reason why we take the other end of the string and pull it through the opposite side is so that now it kind of makes a loop onto the string and it won't come off. So again, pull it down. Now my next row, row is white, white, brown, brown, white, white. So I'm gonna get 2 white beads, white, 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 2 brown beads, and then 2 white beads again. So it looks like this. And then again, I'm gonna take the other end and pull it through all those new 6 beads. So here's a bead it went through. Here's another bead. Just pull it. And look at my next row. I have 1, 2, 3 whites, 1 brown, and 3 more whites. So I'm gonna pull that through. So I have 3 whites, 1, 2, 3, 1 brown, and then 3 more white beads. So I have 3 whites, 1 brown, and another 3 whites. Pull it through, and again, same as what we've been doing, take the other end and pull in the beads the opposite direction. Make sure you pull through each bead. Like I have this one that's not in my 2nd string yet. It's not gonna work out well. Make sure you have all of them in the 2nd string. Just pull it across. Now we're gonna work on the paws and the tails, and that's where it gets a little bit tricky. So I see that my one paw is 3 beads, right? We have our row, our last row of 7 beads, and then we need to do our paws. So one paw is 3 beads, 3 white beads. I'm gonna pull in 3 white beads. Now this one is a little bit different. Instead of using the opposite string to pull it through, we're actually gonna take the same string with the beads and pull it through these last 3 white ones. I know it sounds confusing, but just watch. So my 3 beads are in on this string. I see the 1, 2, 3 beads in my last row. And I'm just gonna lift it up. And I'm not gonna use the brown bead. I'm only gonna do the white ones, the 3 white ones on the same side. And I'm gonna pull it through this opposite way. You guys see how this end is coming out this way of the beads? So I'm gonna take this and loop it back. So I'm kind of making a circle loop. I'm putting it through. And then I'm gonna pull it out. There we go. Now I'm gonna do the same thing to my other paw. I'm gonna get 3 white beads. 1, 2, 3. I have it here. And again, same as before, I'm not gonna use the opposite end. I'm gonna be using the same string and pulling it through the beads that I already have. So again, leave that middle brown one alone. Use the 3 that's on the bottom, and we're gonna make a loop. So if I, for example, if I put the end this way, right? If I put it through these beads like this, I'm not making a huge circle, I'm just making one little oval. I wanna make a loop. I'm just gonna lift it up, ignoring that brown one. I'm gonna put it through this first bead, and then I have 2 more, and the second bead, and then this 3rd bead. And now I have this loop, just pull it. I'm almost done. Now I need to do the tail. So if you look here, the tail, right here, there's 2 beads. I'm gonna take my 2 beads, and you can choose. You wanna put your tail on the left side, or do you wanna put it on the right side? And since I did this one on the left side or right side, I might put it on the left side. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my 2 white beads, put it in the string, pull it, and kind of like we did with the ears, we didn't loop, or we looped over the first bead. So instead of having the string go through both of the beads, we skip one. So don't loop that one, loop only one of them. So that you have, so it's like this. And then pull it through. And to tie this together, what you want to do is take that same loop I made a mistake. I untied it, and then my strings are a little bit short, but you can still follow the steps. Instead of looping it back through and tying it in the middle, I'm just gonna tie this end to, I'm just gonna make a knot here. Just any knot. And it's hard to see because I cut my string really short on accident. But you can tie a knot. And then now the beads aren't gonna come off, so you can cut it right here. And then this, you can also do the same and tie a knot back on here. And then when you cut it, you should have these 2 beads, or you can leave it where it's tied in the middle. It's kind of up to you. Okay. And now we have our 2 puppy keychains again.